What's going on, guys? Sekapoko here, bringing you another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. For this, we're going over the new Treasure Mode Nami 6+ Cavendish, the new Raid Arlong, and some cool stuff there. I'll be going over the new Sugafest in another video, so just remember to check that out when it comes out. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Okay, so guys, the first thing we got in here is going to be the new 6+ Cavendish. I'm digging it. I'm really digging it. So the new 6+ Cavendish is going to be boost the attack of strength dex quick characters by 3 times and own attack by 4x. Not as quite as good as we were expecting, but still pretty good. 3x base for your entire team is very strong, and then a 4x on the top row is very, very nice as well. So the special ability here used to be a 2.25 self boost as well as a 1.5 times orb boost, and now that's getting changed to large typeless damage to all enemies instead of like low typeless damage. Remove all positive buffs from the crew and change own swap to quick and remove block. I think that was a problem before where it didn't remove block, so now it does remove block, so that is helpful. And then for 2 turns, lock his own orb and boost his attack by 2.25 and orbs by 2 times. So the thing that makes this really, really nice is that since this is a 2.25 type boost and orb boost on himself, very strong unit to have as a sub if you need a decent boost. It's also a decent captain if you need like a gateway captain into Big Mom or possibly into Carrot, even like not Carrot, what's the name? Into Lucy. It's a decent captain to have in your arsenal. Not the best upgrade in the world, but still pretty darn strong. So the nice things here, these are the 3 really, really big things about 6+ Cavendish that I like. The first thing, of course, is that his attack value is going up pretty darn high. It's going to 1828 at max limit break, which puts him at 2028 attack, which is very sizable. The second thing, of course, is he has that sailor ability that gives plus 200 attack as the last possible hitter in the chain, putting him up to 2228 attack. And then on max and rage, I believe he gets another 200 attack, so that's 2428 attack. I think that's one of the highest values of attack in the entire game. So that gives Cavendish a massive boost if you're going to be using him on a Big Mom team, a Lucy team, etc. There's a lot of options for him. And then if you do run him on a new slasher team when the new slasher legend does drop, whenever that may be, this would be the best that you could have. Also, kind of an interesting note here is that Cavendish is probably the strongest slasher captain in the entire game now. The only thing stronger would be maybe V2 Fujitora, but the problem with V2 Fujitora, of course, is that V2 Fujitora has that major issue with taking extra damage, and that is a huge problem in a lot of content nowadays because there's so many death hit mechanics, etc. One of the big problems with Cavendish, of course, here is that he has no HP boost at all, and he's going to be kind of restricted there, so that is also going to be kind of a bummer for him. But he does have a sizable boost in his orb boost, putting him up from a 1.5 times boost up to a 2 times boost is a pretty darn big buff. And making him the same as he used to be is fine. Giving a slightly higher captain ability is also kind of interesting. I actually do want to try this out with a Cavendish team, or maybe a Cavendish and V2 Gear 4 team, just to try him out and see how much damage we get on Cavendish. Obviously, a double V2 Gear 4 team is going to be more damage, but Cavendish might be an okay unit to use. I mean, if you don't have version 2 Gear 4, you don't have Lucy, this could be a great unit to have in your arsenal just to like gateway into those legends. So overall, I'm kind of interested to see how this one goes, and if this unit is actually good against content like, what's his name? Oh, Magellan, Colosseum Magellan. So one of the problems with Colosseum Magellan is that you have that major problem with at the end of your turn, you have you can't do damage to him with quick. So the original Cavendish teams were Cavendish Blackbeard teams. What I'm really interested to see is that if Cavendish is getting this sizable boost here, I wonder what they're going to do with Blackbeard to make him like somewhat on par with this. So if we get a 3x boosting Blackbeard, that would actually be a pretty sizable boost to the Cavendish Blackbeard teams and might actually bring them out of retirement, which is really interesting to me. With Magellan, with Colosseum Magellan, he's got like 11 million HP or so like that, and bringing Blackbeard to that content would allow you to bypass the damage immunity buff, as well as give a 30% HP cut, removing about 3 million of that boss's HP. Now, with a 4x buff and a 3x buff, if Blackbeard ever does get a 6+, that would be an interesting thing to see how much damage you're going to be doing with Cavendish. Now, Cavendish's original boost was a 4x on himself, but giving himself a 3x boost for the entire team is a massive buff from a 2.5 times boost. So I really want to see if you can run a Cavendish team with a Blackbeard friend captain to clear end-game content like Magellan to see if that would be an okay thing to do, especially since he's getting a 2.25 self boost and orb boost. The only things he would really need at this point are color affinity and chain boost to give him a little bit more damage. So I'm kind of curious to see how this goes and to see if Cavendish Blackbeard teams can come out of the woodwork here. And the next thing we're going to be going over is going to be the brand new Treasure Mode Nami, which just got announced on the Japanese version. Treasure Mode Nami is going to have a captain ability reduce 1 turn of cooldown on the crew when HP is above 50%, boost attack of all cerebral and striker characters by 3 times, otherwise by 2x. So that's kind of interesting, having a high HP cerebral captain. 3x captain, kind of weak, but you know what? That's okay. And then -1 cooldown is an interesting, giving her kind of a potential for a cerebral speed teams as well as striker speed teams. So I'm kind of interesting to see how that's going to go, especially since we've been kind of going toward more of a 2-unit type captain. So you have to have like cerebral and free spirit, or cerebral and striker, etc. Those things together to get a full boost. Like in Treasure Mode Law, I don't remember what his are specifically, but there's a lot of units that have had that those types of motifs to them. So I'm interested to see what kind of teams we're going to have in the future now. Looking at the special ability, it's going to reduce 3 turns of paralysis, attack down, chain coefficiency reduction, chain lock, blindness, burn damage, and then it's also going to change block and badly matching orbs into matching orbs on all characters, giving you a kind of full range utility of unit. The only thing that it does not remove, of course, is silence here, bind, and despair. 3 major mechanics that we do need to continually get rid of. But of course, silence has a lot more special reduction, etc. So what's interesting here is that this character also has a sailor ability that reduces 3 turns of silence on herself. So if like Psi units got silenced and this was your only Psi unit in your team, or you had multiple Psi units on your team, I don't know, you could get rid of everything else but get rid of the special seal. So that's kind of an interesting unit to bring. I don't really understand why they're doing it like this, but it is what it is. She's gonna treat int beneficial for herself. That's just kind of trash. Overall, not the best unit. Not like super impressed, but like having a block orb or badly matching an orb changer on your team would be kind of cool because it's a universal orb changer. So that's kind of cool. There is a lot of content in the game that has block orbs or badly matching orbs to give a swap group, so that's great. Paralysis, attack down, chain coefficiency reduction, chain lock, blindness, and burn damage, all annoying mechanics, and this gets rid of all of them, so that's great. It's not a terrible unit, to be honest. It's not that great. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Treasure Mode Gear 4 around this time of year last year was... Treasure Mode Cavendish, I think, was better for the Christmas one last year, but, I mean, this one is a utility unit, and she's majorly waifu, so those are the things I like about her, of course, but we'll see how this goes. The next unit we're going to be going over today is going to be the new Strength Raid Arlong. Strength Raid Arlong, maxing out at 1647 attack. Damn. That's pretty high. Okay. That's 1847 at max limit break. Free to play unit. Damn. With candies. Yeah, that's pretty high. Okay, so captain ability. Slasher 2.75 and 3 times attacking himself. So it's like mini Cavendish. But just for slashers. That's cool. Slasher meta, anybody? Slasher? Special abilities, large strength damage to 1 enemy. We don't know the multipliers yet, but it's gonna be high, I guess. Reduce 3 turns of resilience, nice. And defense up, nice. And change block orb to matching. And for 3 turns, boost orbs of slashers by 1.75. That actually is really needed, so that's good. That's really good. So for a very long time, by the way, I have been shitting on Treasure Mode Mihawk. There are many reasons. 1, his name is Mihawk. And that's a major one. 2, a 2.75 chain boost, chain lock. If you think about it today, that's kind of doo-doo. Think about how good that unit was for how little time, and then compare it to like all the other chain locks we have now and all the chain boosts we have now. That unit is trash in comparison. Like, not trash, obviously. It's still pretty good, but TM Arlong, this Raid Arlong, though, I think is going to be way more valuable to your teams. I would rather use Raid Zoro as a captain if I'm making a free-to-play team. I'd rather use this character as a sub to give me an orb boost, and then use either a Dex Mihawk to give me an HP cut, or use an Intalk sub or an Intalk captain to give me a lot of it, because a lot of people have Intalk at this point. It's very rare not to have 6+ Intalk, having a 3.5 times slasher captain at this point. So if you don't have him, I'm sorry, but like a lot of people have him. And Dex Mihawk giving a A 30% HP cut is also very nice to have in a lot of content nowadays, seeing how much HP things have. 10 million damage getting cut, doing a 3 million HP cut is huge, so that makes it so you have to bring one less boost, so that's really, really nice. Remember, stacking HP cutters is usually not super beneficial, but bringing one or so is really, really nice because it makes it so you have to bring one less boost to bring in to do damage. So that also is nice. His sailor ability is going to quick orb is beneficial on himself, not great, but when he's last to attack in the chain, plus 200 attack to himself, which is awesome. I really like that. And he's also going to get critical strike. And typically on slashers, we get a lot of damage on critical strike hits. So it's probably going to be like a 10% extra damage and a 90% chance to happen for that. And that's really nice since it's a free-to-play unit. You're going to get max limit break-in, so there's no problems there. I really like this unit. And I'm hoping slashers get a comeback here. The fact that he removes defense up is a huge, huge thing. I really like that a lot. And then changing block to matching is also really nice. Having the Raid Zoro with this unit, having a whole slasher type team to go along with is really, really cool. And I don't think there's too many other free-to-play units that are like extremely good out there for slasher yet, but I think there's going to be more coming out. Coliseum Daifuku is a slasher, so there is another slasher out there that I really like that is going to have some decent damage. I mean, obviously, you're not going to be running Coliseum Daifuku with Raid Zoro with a lot of Psi and 8 units. You have color affinity, but you're still going to get the chain boost and some other things on there. And Coliseum Daifuku has like an alternating ability, so you can use like 2 different kinds of abilities. There's like very few units in the game that allow you to do like 2 different things with the same unit. Coliseum Daifuku, if you have 4 or more strength orbs, it can delay all enemies for 2 turns, 0.8 to the chain multiplier, and they have 4 more Sire Int orbs that gives you 1.75 color affinity. So the nice thing about this Arlong as well as the Daifuku together, you're going to get a 0.8 chain boost as well as delay a unit for 2 turns, which allows you to bring in delayed attack boosters. There's not a ton of delayed attack boosters out there for slasher, but there are some. And the most prevalent of which, of course, is the Psi Ors, which is really nice. Does a 10% HP cut, reduces paralysis by 3 turns and silence by 3 turns. Also having a 1-turn paralysis reduction as a sailor. And then he's going to, if your captain is a slasher character, boost the attack against delayed enemies by 1.75 for 2 turns. So with those 3 units, with Ors, a much older unit, you're going to have you have a conditional boost, color affinity boost. You're going to have a chain boost, a lot of different things. And then with the new Cavendish, you could even run that Cavendish as a captain. Obviously no boost on the Ors, but whatever the new characters are coming out for slasher captains, we're going to see some really cool things coming in. So I definitely think slashers are going to be coming in for the next next type of grouping for characters to come better. All right, guys, my name is Sekapoko. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, stay tuned for the 100 million download Sugafest details coming out later today. So sorry for the delays in the releases and stuff, but you know, lots of things going on. I'm sick and stuff. So I figured I'd get this one out for you guys as fast as I can and then go over the 100 million stuff later. So thank you guys for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.